Welcome to the forecast. To my right, we have AP18. Alex, how you doing?
Hello, everyone.
And to my left, GW himself. Garrett, how you doing?
Perfect.
This is the Wednesday Comics Forecast. My name is Marvin. We're here bringing you the comic books coming out for July 4th, 2018. That is America's birthday. 1770 what?
6.
And that's the year that America was born. And we're going to celebrate it with some comics here. First from Image Comics, Death and Glory. Number 3. This is Rick Remender and Ben Gao on art. Glory has found a way to save her father's life by getting there. Means barreling into the heart of her ex's criminal empire and the horrors he committed there. Alex, you're getting Death and Glory. What do you think about number 3 coming out here?
So I read number 2. I believe it was yesterday. This book is weird and actually kind of creepy. So our main character saves some people, I'm going to call them refugees, who were actually brought over by, I think, almost like it was coyotes, were human trafficking these people, and she saves them, and then the ex-husband of her finds out that, no, it's not really that he knows it's her. It's weird. Like, I want to keep getting it for at least the first arc, but I'm actually kind of apprehensive whether or not it's going to be good.
I think it's really good. I mean, Ben Gal's art is worth it alone. But I think the story is finally hitting its stride, I think, especially by this 3rd issue.
That is Death and Glory. I Hate Fairyland number 20. This is Scotty Young with Scotty Young. End of a story arc. The 4th arc of Gert's fantasy feats end as Dark Claudia, Reign of Terror begins, and with that, an air of impotence and uncertainty looms over Fairyland. Alex, I Hate Fairyland. How's it going so far?
It is really, really good. I mean, it's one of those things that it's got that Scotty Young-esque art because he draws those kids so good. He draws these characters so vibrant and bright, and then he chops someone's head off, and you're like, holy crap. Like Injustice, no rules apply other than the fact that Gertrude really can't seem to die, and even in her own hell, she gets brought back anyway. This book is really good, makes me laugh out loud. Where there should be swearing, there's like, oh, go fluff yourself, and you're like, oh, that's cute. It's good. I'm wondering how much longer this book could possibly have, because eventually she'll have killed everybody. So I'm kind of interested to see what the next arc will be.
New Lieutenants of Metal number 1. This is Joe Casey and Ulysses Farenas. Meet the new Lieutenants of Metal, a precise strike force ready to face any threat, and the most kick-ass headbanging heroes ever assembled. Their names are legend. The mighty Craig Vanderbork Riots, Mana Warrior, Steppenwolf, beset on all sides by a roster of vicious foes. The new Lieutenants of Metal are guaranteed to deliver you onto you greater comic book glory. New Lieutenants of Metal. So if you're looking for a new number 1, there you go. That'll come out. That art looks kind of very strange, but it's coming out tomorrow. Paper Girls, number 22, Brian Van Cliff Chang. The future has always been terrifying. Now, Garrett, I know you and Paper Girls have a unique relationship. What do you think about going into 22? Are you excited for this?
Yeah. I mean, I actually pretty much thoroughly enjoyed issue 21 because I stopped giving a shit about continuity. So I'm excited for it. I mean, I like that it's coming out on a monthly basis almost, except for when it takes breaks. So I'm looking forward to this story arc, see what happens. I mean, I feel like this series is getting close to an end because I don't think it could really keep going the way it is. But if this is like the last couple of arcs, I'm all in.
Unnatural number 1 of 12. Oh, go ahead, Alex.
I was going to say, the weird thing about Paper Girls, I don't think there really has to be, who knows, this book could go on for another 6 years and be up to 70 issues.
Holy shit, I don't think so.
Of just ridiculous stuff that makes no sense, and then when you finally get to that last issue, finally ties it all together, wow. One, that's dedication on our part, getting it for 70 issues.
Oh,
I'm just saying, I can't imagine it actually ending anytime soon.
No, you threw me off. I thought you had something else to say. I didn't think you were going to end there. Unnatural number 1 of 12. This is Mirka Andolfo art and writing series premiere. I would tell you what this book is about, but I'll tell you. Leslie is a simple pig girl. She loves sushi. She's stuck with a job she hates, and she lives under a brutal totalitarian government, one that punishes transgressors for anything deemed unnatural. Leslie dreams of something different for herself. Those dreams are becoming dangerous. I looked at the preview for this, so this book looks scandalous. But Alex, you said you're going to pick it up?
I at least want to give issue 1 a try. I think the part of me is that it's got, anamorphic, or what's the right way to say it?
Pornographic images?
No, that's not it. The animal people mix. I can't remember the right word.
There's a wolf, big bad wolf, and there's a pig. And there's there's animals walking around like humans.
So it's got like fable-esque like creatures. And like, you know what? I at least want to give issue 1 a try. You're right. There's going to be pornographic things in it, but that's not the point of getting the book. I'm actually interested to see what the story, or at least this first issue, has in store. If it's not good, then I'll just drop it.
I mean, just because it's central doesn't mean that it's pornographic. I mean, I looked at it. It looked fine. But there are some unnatural things in there. Walking Dead number 181. This is Robert Kirkman and Charlie Allred. Rick leads the Commonwealth's governor, Pamela Milton, on a tour of various communities Alexandria is aligned with. Naturally, terrible things begin to happen very quickly. Walking Dead. Garrett, well, how are you doing with Walking Dead?
I got to be honest. I'm actually pretty disappointed in it right now. We just had that, whatever the event was, Rise of the Stormtroopers. And, did you read the last issue, Marvin?
I haven't yet.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to spoil it, but it was bullshit. And I still don't know why this book costs an extra $1. And I don't understand how this event had to be so huge. It literally reads like a story I've already read before. So, I don't know. I'm excited for like new character like you see on the cover is Princess, and like I think she's pretty cool, but the rest of the story, I'm like, whoa, what happened to Walking Dead? It's like the ratings on the TV show, they're going down.
Hey, hasn't that cover been out before?
No.
Okay, there was another one with Princess on it that looks almost exactly like that cover. That came
out
recently.
Might be in her first appearance one or something.
That was like 2 issues ago.
Oh.
There you go. That is Image Comics. IDW Publishing. This is the house that brings you... you're not getting that Ghostbusters anymore, right, Garrett?
Nope.
Well, if you're looking for a new book, Joe Hill, The Cape Fallen, number 1. That's the sequel to Joe Hill's The Cape, which was a pretty good book. So if you're looking for that, Joe Hill's a good writer. But here we have another new number 1. It's called Lowlifes, number 1. This is Brian Baccello, Alexis Santignac. In a seedy Los Angeles underworld, lives intersect like freeway overpasses. When a crime boss's poker game is robbed, 3 lowlifes, a bad cop, a drug addict, and a haunted thug, attempt to stay one step ahead of the others, as redemption or destruction is their only ticket out. So if you're looking for that, Brian Baccello, the guy used to do the coloring for The Flash back in the day when Manpool was on it. So he did some writing also for The Flash in New 52, I believe. Right? Is that correct?
I can't remember.
Yeah, he did. There we go.
Are you guys going to get this Quantum Age from World of Black Hammer number 1?
Obviously. Have to.
Oh, I didn't even see that. Actually, there's 2 things.
Marvin skipped it, so I was just bringing it up.
I didn't even see it. 2 things here in Dark Horse, actually, because I have another one pulled up. But the Quantum Age from World of Black Hammer number 1. This is Jeff Lemire and Dave Stewart and Wilfredo Torres. Hey, Wilfredo Torres. I haven't seen you guys. I haven't seen Wilfredo for a while. Set in the world of the Eisner Award-winning Black Hammer series, but 1,000 years in the future. A collection of superheroes inspired by legendary heroes of Black Hammer Farm must band together to save the planet from an authoritarian regime. A young Martian must find a way to reform the Quantum League to save the world while solving the riddle of what happened to the greatest heroes of the 20th century. This is Jeff Lemire, joined by Wilfredo Torres, who did the art for Legion, and illustrated by Dave Stewart, the colorist for Hellboy. So yeah, obviously you're gonna pick that up. Jeff Lemire. It is the year of Jeff Lemire. So might as well continue the streak. Also here we got Sword Daughter number 2 by Brian Wood and Mac Chatter. Garrett, did you pick up issue 1?
Of Sword Daughter?
Yeah.
Yeah. I really enjoyed it, and I'm really looking forward to issue 2. I don't think if any revenge story in the past, 5 years has been able to touch that issue 1 that I read. It was so good.
It's Sword Daughter number 1. Brian Wood is a pretty good writer on his own stuff, so check that out. DC Comics, here we go. The one you've been waiting for, the one that got spoiled. New York Times, don't read that if you don't want to see what happens. But if
that's
you
what that's what hashtag #1 told me that it did, and I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, 2 days ago they spoiled this issue. But
of course,
if you haven't figured it out yet, Tom King, David Finch, Joel Jones, Mitch Gurach, Rafael Albuquerque, Neil Adams, Annie Kubert, Becky Cloonan, Ty Templeton, Jose Luis Garcia Lopez, Frank Miller, Lee Bajermo, and Michael Hanin doing art on this issue. It's a wedding you never thought you'd see. The matrimony is real as Bruce Wayne and Selena Kyle are set to tie the knot in the can't-miss extra-length milestone issue that will reshape Gotham City. All their friends and a few enemies will party to a comic book coupling for the ages. Superstar scribe Tom King officiates the soon-to-be offbeat nuptials, joined by an all-star lineup of guest classic bat artists doffing their hats to the lucky couple in a series of pre-wedding flashbacks sure to set the romantic mood. Alex, what do you think? 50th issue here, $4.99, but you got a lot of its extra length. Looking forward to this?
For being someone who hasn't had spoiled, I am actually super excited to read this book. I don't know what to expect, which is also something I'm super amped for. So, yes, I read all the preludes to it. I feel like the preludes had nothing to do with anything, but I'm still excited to read this book.
Batman dies, that's what happens. I'm just kidding.
Holy
wow, that's not true, because we've seen that preview. I mean, we've seen that ad for the next arc, and that's what my question is like, yes, I guess this is an extended issue, and like we're getting a Catwoman series out of this book, but can everything that's been leading up to this issue 50 be told in only issue 50? That's what I'm wondering, if the results of this issue will be kind of ignored for the next 6 to 8 months until they're addressed again. So,
well, speaking of which, Catwoman number 1, this is Joel Jones and Joel Jones. The wedding night's barely over, but Catwoman's back on the street, this time to expose a copycat who's pulling heists around Gotham City as Selena cracks the whip on her former criminal cohort. She's attracting unwanted attention from one of Gotham's most dangerous groups. The mob? Nope. Try the GCPD, and as if the Bat Bride didn't have enough problems, don't miss the debut of an all-new villain determined to make trouble for all 9 of Selena's lives. Don't miss the start of the all-new monthly series, written and illustrated by Eisner Award nominee Joel Jones. So, what do you think about that, Garrett, though? That's going to be spinning off. Are you excited for a Joel Jones Catwoman book?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think she's definitely proven how great an artist she is, and that, at least I know for us 3, that we look forward to anything that she puts her name on.
Agreed.
Injustice 2, number 29, Tom Taylor, Bruno Randoldo. Anything can happen, all stakes, excuse me. You do not know what to expect in Injustice 2. Justice League number 3, this is Scott Snyder and Jorge Jimenez. John Stewart, Ultraviolet, the Lantern, believe it, under the influence of the ultraviolet spectrum, John Stewart engages in some ultra-violence against his teammates Flash, Wonder Woman, and Aquaman. Meanwhile, in the rest of the league, investigates the scene of a fallen source wall fragment and encounters not only a horde of giant monsters, but a pair of longtime arch enemies using stolen atom technology to literally get under their skin. Better stock up on Crotozone for the Sword of Itch. All this in the Turtle? Yep. Alex, what do you think? You were didn't like number 1. Did you get a chance to catch up on number 2?
I read number 2. I actually enjoyed number 1 more. I thought number 2 took me forever to get through. There's so many words and so much talking. It's like, it doesn't need to be that long. I don't know. I keep wanting to get this book to actually get a Justice League book. But Scott Snyder's not proven to me that he's as good of a writer as he used to be. Sometimes
this book is
long-winded.
Right, it's way too complicated. Like, if a new reader was trying to get on this book, they would have dropped that in issue 1. Like, this is getting to be too much. And like, me, I don't care how much time it takes to read the book, I would say. But God, there's so much useless shit in here that it's like, wow, so much setup. Like, if a image can say 1,000 words, and how come you're not giving any room for that? Like, it's ridiculous. And I'm really surprised on how poor it is in my eyes lately.
The Man of Steel number 6 is Brian Michael Bendis and Jason Fabok. The fate of Lois Lane and John Kett is revealed. Metropolis' survival hangs in the balance, and Superman must somehow put an end to Ragul Zar's rampage, or it's do and die time for the Man of Steel in the final chapter of this explosive miniseries. Garrett, what do you think? Is this good or is this caca-poo-poo?
It's been turning into caca-poo-poo. I will say the only reason I'm excited for this last issue is because Fabok's doing the entire issue. So
you think that's what he was saving himself for? All those 5 issues, writing that same panel over and over again?
Right. So I'm excited for that. I'm wondering what the cliffhanger of this is, because isn't this supposed to be the big game changer, the last issue?
At the end, something will happen that'll make Superman fans angry.
Right. And it's like, joke's on us because it's already happened. So, but I don't know. I mean, it could be okay, but anything I've seen so far, there's one thing that surprised me. Everything else has been maintaining the status quo of Superman, so I'm not expecting much.
Nightwing number 46, Ben Percy and Chris Mooneyham. A new high-tech corporation setting up shop in Bloodhaven claims to be the cure for what ails the Kremlin city. But Nightwing learns it's very hostile takeover when he runs afoul of their metahuman operation, a digital phantom, impervious to physical attack. Luckily, Nightwoman has his very own IT backup, Batgirl. But can the two work together after meeting in Batgirl number 25, also in store this month? Alex, what do you think? Nightwing? You still on Nightwing with Ben Percy?
I read 45, and actually it's pretty good. Dick Grayson does a little bit more detective work, which I appreciate. He's just trying to be Dick Grayson. I think the fun thing for me, it's not about him just being Nightwing. It's actually finding that balance of, I still have to be Nightwing, or I still have to be Dick Grayson. I've got things I got to do. I always like Barbara and him being together. Not that they're together necessarily in this book, but things are happening in the book that kind of lend to something going on, whether it's real or not. I like that. I'm gonna keep getting this book for a while until it proves to not be good.
I agree. I think that Ben Percy's been doing a really good job. I don't think it's been the best since of a Rebirth arc, but okay. I think it's better than whatever Tim Seeley did in the last 10 issues. So.
Marvel Comics. This is Astonishing X-Men number 3. You guys keep stopping mid-sentence, and it sounds like you have more to say.
What are you talking about? I ended the statement.
Astonishing X-Men number 13. Matthew Rosenberg and Oscar Banzaldia. A new era begins here. Alex, I brought this up to ask you a question. Originally, this was a 12-issue mini, and that's why you got it. But now it's continuing as an ongoing series. Do you stay on it, or do you jump off here?
I actually am going to get this one. I was super amped to drop it, but with Matthew Rosenberg writing it, it made me kind of excited to get it.
Now listen,
he's done a great job on Punisher. It's got Warpath, it's got Havoc,
Colossus,
Beast.
Dazzler.
So it's got characters I like.
And art by Greg Land.
What were you going to tell me?
No, I was going to say those names, but you said them.
Oh, I see.
So Astonishing X-Men, pick that up. I mean, I would say, according to that issue, you can jump on there. So jump on there if you're ready to read an X-Men book. Matthew Rosenberg is a good writer. Avengers number 4, Jason Aaron, Paco, Mendita, Ed McGuinness. How do the Avengers possibly defeat a crew of 2,000 foot tall, nearly omnipotent dark sentinels bent on annihilating the human race while Thor and the Hulk search for answers deep within the bowels of old Asgard? We learn more about the untold history of Odin and his prehistoric Avengers. What do you think, Garrett? Avengers number 4. You still on this book?
Yeah, I am. I haven't read issue 3 yet, but the first 2 issues were on the top of my stack, and then when you find out a little something about Loki and how he's involved with this book, it kind of made me go like, really? Like, that's what you're coming up with? So I'm a little bummed by that. Ed McGuinness's art style, I still love. I don't know if that's the same for you two, but I do love his art style. And even looking at the preview right now, it gets me excited to read this book. But I'm hoping it's not getting too complicated like Justice League.
I read number 3. I'm actually caught up on this. I liked 3 more than 1 and 2.
Really? Good.
Actually, that was fairly decent. Loki wasn't as horrible as I expected. I'm still a little on the fence on this book, but I think that's just me being really pessimistic about Avengers. That I'm trying not to compare it to anything else I've read Avengers like.
Ask me what I think of the book.
You dropped it.
I did. So, Captain America #1 is Ta-Nehisi Coates and Linnell.
Did you even get issue 2?
Yeah, I did. I got the first 2.
Okay.
Ta-Nehisi Coates, Linnell Francis Yu, with an Alex Ross cover. It is Winter in America. For over 70 years, he stood in stalwart defense of our country and its people. But in the aftermath of Hydra's takeover of the nation, Captain America is a figure of controversy, carried a tarnished shield, and a new enemy is rising. Who are the power elites, and how they intend to co-opt and corrupt the symbol that is Captain America? So this tells me 2 things. Once again, I mean, this is a big deal. #1 Captain America on July 4th. It's going to be oversized, and it looks like they're going to touch on Hydra Cap. So they're not going to hide him away forever. It looks like they're going to talk about him. And who better than Ta-Nehisi Coates to talk about a fallen hero trying to reclaim his the symbol? What do you think, Garrett?
I'm so excited for this. And just off that solicit alone, of course you can't just leave fucking real Captain America in a prison somewhere and expect the problem to go away. So props to Ta-Nehisi Coates to be like, hey, isn't this kind of a big issue that we kind of need to address? Nah, let's forget about it. He's like, nah, I'm going to go address it, it gets me super excited.
It sounds like he's addressing, like, what do you do when your symbol of freedom, your hero, is been tarnished, and like, how does he come back from that? Like, and we thought that's what Mark Waid's thing was going to do, and then it totally took a left shift or a left turn, and it went a different way. And now maybe because Ta-Nehisi Coates was like, hey, I want to do that, so he's like, okay, I'll do something else. But I'm really interested to see where it goes. I feel like this is going to be like, and I'm not sure if this is what you guys are expecting, but I feel like it's going to be a very political book going forward. And it's going to be really, like, I've seen some of the previews, so there is action, but I feel like it's going to be a lot of, like, what does it mean to be a hero, and what does it mean to have somebody use that symbol to lead people the wrong way, and how do you take it back? So I think it's going to be a very relevant book for the times, and I think it's going to be a very political book. So that's what you're looking for, which I am. I mean, that's what Captain America is to me, a book about those issues, a book about those topics. I'm really looking forward to this. And Ta-Nehisi Coates, there's a lot of hype going into this book, so it better be good. Cosmic Ghost Rider #1, Donny Cates, Dylan Burnett, Jeff Shaw on the cover. Exploding from the pages of Thanos, Frank Castle was the Punisher. A deal with the devil made him Ghost Rider. A deal with Galactus made him Cosmic. A deal with Thanos made him dead. Not to worry, he's coming back, and he's got a plan to make the universe a better place that's going to lead him into an even crazier adventure than he's ever been on. Join the new comic or cosmic writer, Donny Cates, as he pushes his wildest creation past the breaking point. Alex, what do you think? Cosmic Ghost Rider #1, what do you expect from this kind of title?
With knowing that Donny Cates is a well-established writer for me now, I know it's going to be a funny book, and I think Donny Cates is the best at writing funny, actually. When I read Thanos, it was disgustingly funny, but when he writes the Cosmic Ghost Rider in there, I laughed out loud at the dumb stuff he says and the dumb things he does. I'm super amped for this book. I'm saying it right now, this is actually my pick of the week, most excited for.
Deadpool #2, Scotty Young and Nick Klein. Alex, just want to bring this up. Did you get a chance to read #1?
I did read #1.
Are you going to continue, or is it not what you were expecting?
It was different than I anticipated, but I feel like Scotty Young actually understands the character, that not everything is a joke. So I'm going to keep getting this book. I thought the art is great. The back matter is he's got a back part of the issue that I believe it will lead into the main story eventually, which is fine with me. So by all means, continue to get this book. I did laugh out loud at a couple parts. So you know what? That's all I need. I needed some laughter in my life. Bring it.
Death of the Inhumans #1, Donny Cates and Aurel Olivieta. This is going to push my claim that I get anything that Donny Cates will do. The Death of the Inhumans. Here said the title says it all. Here lies the Inhumans. The Kree have gone murdering, leaving behind a message: join or die. Thousands of Inhumans have already made their choice. The evidence floats bleeding in space. Black Bolt and his family are next. Rising star Donny Cates and publisher War Journal artist Arvel Olivera bring their brutal talents to the Inhumans. Are you guys gonna dip into this, or is this something you just stay out of?
Nah, I'm out.
As much as I want to get more Donny Cates in my life, I have no interest in the Inhumans, so I will be passing.
But it's the death of the Inhumans.
But my thing is that if this death literally meant they were going to be gone and humans were extinct from the world, I would get this book just to be a part of that. But I know that 2 weeks later, Rebirth of the Inhumans Refreshed will come out, and who's going to give a shit then?
There's a slight possibility I might try this, but that's very slight. But that's also just based on Donny Cates, on nothing else. I'm with you guys. I don't like the Inhumans. Inhumans have had good stories. I like Paul Jenkins' Inhumans mini. I think that's good. Black Bolt, I like Black Bolt a lot, but I've never been able, besides those two things, been able to get into Inhumans, so I'm not sure. Immortal Hulk #2, Al Ewing, Joe Bennett. Garrett, we love that first issue. Second issue coming out. What do you think about Immortal Hulk?
So excited. Like literally one of the best comics out there right now, and I only know that based off issue 1. I think when you think of a horror book, this is a book you might not think of first, but if you read that first issue, you know that to be true. Like, I think the concepts in this book are even scarier than, like, say, like Gideon Falls or like any other book that's been preached to be a horror book, just because everyone knows the Hulk very well, and I think they're playing on it, that like Marvel knows that you know who Bruce Banner and the Hulk are, and they're turning that so that they use that as a fear tactic of what you do know versus what you don't.
Star Wars #50, Karen Gillan, Salvador La Roca. In this issue, Hope dies. The Rebel fleet is complete. It's magnificent. It's beautiful. It's secret, but it's no secret. It's kept for long from Darth Vader. The most epic story yet done in a Star Wars comic begins here. Prepare to witness the Empire truly strikes back. I wanted to bring this up because it's 50th issue of Star Wars, so it's going to be oversized. And I don't think we ever talked about that the team from Darth Vader that used to Darth Vader took over this book a while back. So I've been meaning to get back into a Star Wars kind of book. So might take a peek at this one, 50th issue. I think that's where you jump on, I guess. You've been out of the game for a while.
Gosh.
Boom Studio. This is Go-Go Power Rangers #11. This is Ryan Pratt, Miguel Mercado, and Dan Moore on the art. While Matt puts his life on the line to get close to the Rangers, Kimberly must face the Ranger Slayer alone. Alex, what do you think? Go-Go Power Rangers.
I've loved Go-Go Power Rangers. This such a better book than what Mighty Morphin is, at least for me personally. That Dan Moore art is spectacular. I wish he did more art, more work, because I would be buying that book every which way. This evil Pink Ranger is probably one of my favorite villains, and I actually enjoy her more than Drakan. So by all means, if you're not getting the Shattered Grid, to me, you don't need to get the Mighty Morphin. At least get the Go-Go version, because it's so good.
I mean, yeah, if you're just into the Mighty Morphin crew. I mean, that's the weird thing about it. Like, Mighty Morphin is, yes, the more all-encompassing Power Rangers universe book, whereas Go-Go is just about the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, who they are as human beings.
Those are the comics coming out July 4th, 2018. Alex, what was your pick again? What did you say?
Cosmic Ghost Rider #1.
Cosmic Ghost Rider #1. That's Donny Cates. Garrett, what are you picking up?
I'm thinking Immortal Hulk #2. I mean, that first issue was amazing, and I can only think that issue 2 is going to be just as great.
I am going to pick, here we go, Marvel 3 for 3 this week. Captain America #1, Takisi Coates and Lowell Francis Yu. Linnell, excuse me. I am very excited to see what they do, to see if we get back to the Captain America that is going to talk about our country and talk about the things going on and commentary on it. So I'm really looking excited. I'm excited to get a political book like I've been talking about for a while. Where's my political book? And it looks like it's going to be Captain America. So
if Coates can handle Captain America the way he handled Black Panther 1 and 2, this will be an amazing book. I love that Black Panther. I love the take on it. I'm excited to see what Captain has in store for us.
You know, Alex, it was been raining for a while. There's been some flooding. And then today, not bad, a little windy out there. But what do you think about this weekend? 4th of July, the fireworks flying in the sky. What's the weather look like, though?
You know, I tell you what, on Wednesday, 4th of July, tomorrow, there may be a little rain in your area, depending where you're at. So you may need to bring an umbrella, but it may also be hotter than hell. I'm not going to tell you what you should do or what you shouldn't do. If you're going to go to the lake, make sure you're wearing your life jackets because, don't drown. Eat lots of hot dogs, but wait half an hour before you get in the water. If it rains, go under a tree. If it lightnings, go into your car. Be safe out there because weather is unpredictable. That's why they hired me to be your weatherman, to tell you I don't know anything.
Garrett, the roads will be open. They'll be flooded with people because it's the 4th of July and they're trying to get to a grill out. So what do you do on the 4th of July when you want to go get your comics?
I actually think it's great for travel because what the most important thing is, do people usually stay in town for the 4th? No, they go out of town. So as long as you're on the, your interstates, not your outer states, you should have no problem getting in that shop, getting your books before they even sell out. I think that you have a great chance of being able to take your time on that wonderful Independence Day, and it'll be a good day of reading books.
Do people go out on the 4th of July when it's the middle of the week?
Yeah, I've heard. Well, because people take the whole fucking week off. Good Lord. I think half my...
I don't know anybody going out of town.
I know so many people going out of town. They're already there.
Well, we're there.
So I guess for me personally, I never go out of town, so...
I know.
I don't know what
that rings
like.
False. That rings of Garrett's and his life on the lake. That's what it rings of. He's on that lake. He's fishing.
It's a river.
He's fishing for his dreams. He's out there throwing the line, hoping he gets a catch. Well, the 4th of July is about America. It's about the red, white, and blue. It's about 1776, the year of America. And it's been almost... we have some time left, and I'm just telling you because we're ramping up. Just like when we get to 100 issue, we're getting close here to the 300th celebration of America. So get ready, get your fireworks, stock up for the next 50 odd years, and
you're building up a long ways away. It's like when we get to that 800th issue of Spider-Man, it's only issue 600.
58 years, you buy a satchel each week, each year of fireworks. By the time we get to that 2076, you're ready to show off to the world your love for America, for that red, white, and blue. For the captain, you're gonna be alive. You're gonna be like 96. How old are you gonna be?
I'm 28, so I'll be older than 96.
Yeah, you'll be alive. Red, white, and blue salute to everybody out there. Have a safe 4th and eat those hot dogs, eat some hamburgers, eat some chips. And you turn to Captain America and you say, "Yes, sir, I'm with you." And I am with him. My name is Marvin.
I'm Alex.
I'm Garrett.
Hey, everyone, be safe. Happy 4th. And keep reading those books.